Good morning, welcome to the channel. We're back with another episode. I haven't recorded in about a month, but I am back because we're on a bit of a time crunch. This deck needs to be replaced within the next few days because the homeowners are going to be selling the house, and as you can tell, it's not the most secure deck anymore. As you can tell, it's a little rotted. Most of the video will be a time lapse, so sit back and enjoy. I got my helpers here with me. We've got most of the decking ripped up. It's pretty rotted. The upper level we were able to pop off because it was just nails and so rotten. Those came up pretty easily, as you saw with the time lapse. With the lower section here, it was a little more difficult, so I ended up just using the Sawzall, cutting off the whole joists and decking attached to everything, made it a little easier. Okay, we're fast forwarding a few days. We finished cleaning up and tearing out that original deck. We just did it a little late, so it was dark. Didn't record it, and so far today I've been able to nail together a few beams and cut down the original piers down a few inches. Well, a couple of them I had to cut a foot off of it in order to have a continuous level deck rather than have a step up as it was originally. So this is where we're at now. It's a little bit messy still. You can see that I have the one beam laid out. It's not fastened yet, and I'll do likewise with this front beam here. So I'm gonna go ahead and nail that next beam together and we'll carry on. Record a little bit for me?
Sure.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and finish nailing this off. After the beams are all level and installed, the joists go pretty good. So carry on here. Okay, it's the next day already. We stopped last night there. It's getting a bit late. So you're pretty much where we left off. This section is almost done. It goes pretty quick once everything's laid out properly and everything. I'll give you a quick look as to what we have done here. So first thing you can see is that we divided the deck up in half by adding this trim piece in the middle. Just allows us to butt our boards into something and gives less chances of our end grain splitting when we put a screw in. So we actually have a joist here, a joist here, a joist here, and a joist here. So it's a little overkill, but just for longevity it lasts a little longer when you don't go straight into the end grain like that. We started from this side and are working our way towards the house. That way we don't have a sliver or a small narrow piece ending up where a lot of foot traffic is. We did a little ledger board here, and we'll do a 2x12 tread on top coming over, and then it will be resting on a 2x4 on the vertical. That way there's a step up. It's a little more comfortable than making a big 10-inch step. Other than that, we have 2x8 joists on 16-inch on center that are kept about an inch away from the wall just for moisture's sake. So as we do this side here, we will run our deck boards long and then just go back and cut them with the skill saw in place, because this side is tapered and it just allows for a cleaner cut. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Pretty straightforward. Again, once we had the beams leveled and secured properly and put our joists on, it's pretty straight sailing from there. So we'll get another time lapse going, finish off this section and start the next one. I think the manufacturer forgot something. There's no threads to the screw. Okay, we got the one board left. Bring you a little closer. So the distance here is about 4 3/4. Our boards are 5 1/2, which is good. That means there's not a little sliver left over. There's a bigger piece of wood, and we will just cut off that rounded edge basically, and it should fit. Okay, so you can tell that I used a straight edge to make a cut there, the angled cut, so I left my deck boards long, made a straight edge, and just cut them off after. It's a faster installation that way. We're going to go ahead and finish up a couple pieces up there, and then begin the stairs, which are over here. This is our tread, and this is our 2x4 that will catch the front or riser, and it's a pretty simple floating structure while being quite strong and secure, so that'll be the game plan for this. Okay, that's going to do it. The deck is done. The cleanup is done. We put some of the patio furniture back up on the deck. I just have to pack my tools and I'll be out of here. Give you a quick little tour. So this front step worked out pretty good with making that ledger board, setting on top of that, and that 2x4 to catch the front edge. So it's pretty secure. Everything else was pretty straightforward with the deck boards. We made this little standing here. Because of that, it was a little close to the edge, so we added that rail just as a safety precaution. Everything else went pretty well. And we're about to pack up and head out for the day. So that's going to do it for today's episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.